Sabrina Carpenter once said, "Switch it up like Nintendo." But I feel like Nintendo misunderstood what she meant by those words. Did she mean more Animal Crossing video games? Or did she mean increase the prices of video games from now on, from 2024 onwards? If you guessed the second part, then you are correct. And you just described the current state of the video game industry. So Nintendo missed out on their special shot. And I guess they're not really thinking too hard about their decisions because they are moving forward with a $450 console and upper extreme of $90 video games. And although I'm not the one to complain about prices, I'm here to talk about why those prices are outrageous. Just think about it. $90 for a video game, that should grant you a deluxe edition of some other video games. Like, for example, when you buy uh, Red Dead Redemption 2. For $90, you're getting a premium edition of that game. For Life is Strange, for $90, you are getting a deluxe edition of that game. For $90, you are getting a premium edition of GTA 5. For $90, you're getting a premium edition of every single video game out there. Even Star Wars Outlaws, you are getting a premium edition for $90. But what are you getting for $90 at a Nintendo video game? Nothing. Just a cartridge that says, "Oh, here it is. Just download the game." That's it. $90. And that is the problem here. That problem is compounded with the idea of where video games are right now. Speaking of Star Wars Outlaws, when they charge 60, not 60, $75 for the video game on launch day, that video game was full of bugs and everyone complained that it was rushed. And it is. And they still haven't fixed the majority of the issues that have plagued the game from the very beginning, and they still charged 65 to $70 for it. And although it has gone on sale recently for about $40, that is still way too much to justify the price of a video game that is probably the epitome of other video games as of today. They are buggy, they are unproven, and they are most likely viewed as cash grabs for everyone around me. Does that mean Nintendo will fall into the same trap as Ubisoft? No. This does mean, however, that the president is finally set and that prices will change. And say what you want about the tariffs being an excuse. No, this is a trend that's finally going to settle in and become a reality. Ubisoft set the mark with $75 as video games. We went from 60 to 75. And now with Nintendo having to set the range between 75 and $90 for a base game, that is where things fall apart. Now, remember when, or if you're coming from this video from Penguin Zero or Moist Critical, you may remember the complaining about GTA 6. And I feel you there. GTA 6 is going to be expensive regardless, even if this news never came out that Nintendo is going to set the price range. GTA 6 will be expensive from the beginning. And we just confirmed, or now we can place our bets that GTA 6 as a base game will be 75 to $80. In my opinion, that is the base price for this game now. And there is no arguing there for that price, especially with the returns Microsoft, or not Microsoft, Rockstar is expecting for this video game. They spent $2 billion on this budget, on for the budget on this video game, and they are expecting nothing less of that. So they are willing to charge that much for that game. And although I am going to rant on a little bit about GTA 6, that will be for another video. But you can see where video games are trending now. And we need a reset in terms of not prices can be justified, in my opinion. But the quality is where the problem is. I don't want to repeat myself again, but Star Wars Outlaws, Life is Strange Double Exposure. Those games, they are not good. They are not received very well. And that is where we need to reevaluate the video game industry. Video games do not need to be this cash grab. They do not need to be bounded by a contract. They need to be made with passion again. I'm just gonna go on a very short tangent because I'm very passionate about this one. Nvidia, or some people might like to clown on it as Ingredia. And although I love you, Jensen, this is very similar to what Nintendo is doing. So I can see it from Nvidia's standpoint. And think about this: you are a monopoly, but instead of a GPU market, you are a monopoly in the handheld market. And because you see yourself, you know that you don't have any competition, and your competition is very young. Like let's just say Steam, the handheld market there is pretty young. You can charge whatever you want for prices because you know no one can catch you. But the problem there is because competition is a good thing. And with competition, you get to innovate. But if you don't have competition, you don't really innovate. And that's the problem with the RTX 50 series. You're missing ROPs. You have a burning power connector still. You removed 32-bit support for physics. And you created an artificial shortage. You have this myriad of issues that plague the 50 series. This is the problem with the Nintendo Switch. If you guys remember, on IGN, they posted that they are returning back to an LCD display. So for $450, you are getting a LCD display over a Nintendo Switch that was released as its first generation for $349. Is that a good sign for competition? No. So back to Nintendo. That is the business model. This is what happens when businesses do not have competition. You get stuff like Ingredia and Nintendo. Is this something that should have caught everyone by surprise today? No. Just like what I said in the video, Nvidia, Nintendo, and Sony. Just it wasn't even a year ago when the PS5 Pro was released, and they boasted about, oh, we can increase the depth of perception. You can now see pixels 500 meters in the distance. No, that's not worth it for someone who owns a PS5 and a PC. That's not worth it for anybody. Sure, if you this is your first console or your first experience into the video games, or you're trying to relive video games and you want something to jump into, sure, buy it. But is it really worth it for someone who just wants the latest tech? No, that should be your realization. Just like for me, I stopped looking at the newest iPhones after the 15 because, or not even the third, not even the 15, the 14, because they are all the same. There's nothing that really innovates past the software. Sure, your hardware can change, your camera megapixels can change afterwards, but is there really a change that justifies you just buying a phone 1 year, 2 years into your phone's lifespan? No. I think this should be a wake up call for people who are tech enthusiasts. You don't really need to buy the latest tech anymore. We've reached what we would say is innovation as of now. Unless things change, of course, but will that time come? Sure, it will come soon, especially with AI, but is it happening right now? No. So sorry for the shift in footage, but my camera battery ran out and I wanted to charge up the battery so I can stream later and record a reaction to Moist Critical's video and give additional thoughts. Before I end this video and ask you guys to subscribe, I wanted to add good news to this. Um, it might be over exaggerated from everyone that you've watched that prices will be $90. It's only for the select games, like your heavy hitters on the Nintendo Switch, your Mario Kart, your Legend of Zelda, and your Bayonetta. But does that really mean anything? Because those are what the games that Nintendo is known for? Yes and no. Because there are a lot of games on Nintendo Switch, more than what people realize. I went to my Navy exchange and I saw a bunch of games that you probably, if I asked you to name a Nintendo Switch game, you'll probably never know. And I guess that is the saving grace of Nintendo and possibly the video game industry from this point onwards. Video games will still be your regular $60, but how long will that price hold? We don't know. So, anyways, there you go. That's my way to leave you guys on a high note. And once again, please subscribe for more.